Good evening. I'm sure you are very pleased with what the President had to say, because you have been calling for some time to do away with this travel list.
No, absolutely. Good evening to you and to your viewers. Yes, we have been calling for some time for these red list or high-risk list countries to be done away with, provided that everyone comes to the country with a COVID negative certificate. We are happy that the President have listened to us in the Cabinet through the work that we've done with the Minister of Tourism, the DG of Tourism, and many other players that came on board. We are quite excited to start working again with our international market. We should remember this market contributes around 120 billion rand into South African tourism economy. And it is very important that we preserve this market, and it's very important that we give certainty to this market. And what has happened tonight is that the President has given certainty to those travelers abroad that South Africa is open for tourism business, and they should be able to come here, provided they come here with a COVID negative and follow the protocols that we have on the ground.
What is your understanding on when this kicks in? In your understanding, is this immediate?
Well, our understanding is that as soon as the regulations are amended and they are gazetted, it means that it's effective. And we do hope that happens in the next few days, if it hasn't happened already. So it's not something that we believe is going to be a long process. I believe that from the discussion that we've had with various departments, including the Department of Health, DG, and many others, that the capacity has been built at all ports of entry. Should there be a need for testing to be done there, and we do hope that before the end of this weekend, there is the regulations are gazetted and they are effective, and we're able to go and work. We are not expecting high volumes at the moment, but what this does, it gives us certainty to go and sell for December, January, February, March, to start recovering within our space.
And the President was very clear that we are now moving into that recovery phase. Of course, the other big concern for South Africans is around the festive season, when traditionally we visit family and friends or go on holiday. And it seems that Christmas has not been cancelled. Could you update us on the bookings around domestic travel for the end of the year? Because the President is also flagging this could be a big problem if we don't adhere to protocols.
Look, we have seen, an interest from domestic travel. A lot of people are looking at booking, but we need to be reminded that many people have lost their jobs. So, you're not going to have large volumes. We are talking here about numbers that are, rising from zero. So anything that's above zero, it's great for us. And we are seeing a bit more interest that's coming into the booking system. So the most important thing is that, anyone who comes into our establishments, into our attractions, anywhere where we do tourism, must understand that we're going to be applying strict protocols, and to make sure that, anyone who comes in adhere to these protocols. And if you don't adhere to these protocols, we'll reserve the right, to send you back, to where you come from. So the most important thing for us as South Africans is that we need to keep in mind that, the lack of following the protocols that have been put out, by the Department of Health in terms of wearing masks, in terms of social distancing, if we do not do that, we're putting many people's jobs at risk. And this jobs belongs to, those that are in hospitality and tourism and many other sectors that will be affected by the second wave. So we need to adhere to protocols, and we need to make sure that we protect these jobs. We want to go back to work.
We've also heard from the President that the temporary employee-employer relief scheme is going to be extended for another month, we understand, into December. How's that going to assist the tourism industry, which, as you say, has been under terrible strain?
Look, it's a welcome news for us. It's something that we've been talking about through the NEDLAC processes that we've been, engaged in to make sure that, the UIFTS program is extended. We would have loved for it to be extended at least up to the end of December or up to January to make sure that, we can recover to a certain level where we're able to carry our staff and be able to pay salaries. But what the President have announced is one more month that UIF is going to be able to carry. It is not something that we're expecting. We're expecting a little bit more months, but I'm sure that those that are involved in those discussions discussions in terms of the social partners, and we are, as the Tourism Business Council, involved in those discussions. We will sit down and discuss that and see if it's feasible and see if it's not going to put many more employees at risk. But what we are happy with is that now we can start working, we can build the forward book, we can start to ensure that we have some sort of income into our business, and we're able to pay some level of compensation to our employees. So that's what we're excited about.
Yeah, you're certainly looking very relieved this evening. Thank you very much for your time. CEO of the Tourism Business Council of South Africa, Tshifhiwa Tshivhengwa.